First, how have you not entered the giveaway competition for $30 for a Barnes & Noble gift card? I mean, you could buy so many Diary of a Wimpy Kid books with it, so make sure to enter in the link in the description below. Now let's begin with Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the Parody, Empty Pockets, Part 7. Everyone knows Larry is a technology nerd in her grade. He is a video producer and makes clips of him fixing computer parts. He found a VPN that just basically restricted anyone from blocking any websites. Don't ask me how he managed to get that because I have no idea. Larry only told his trick on a couple of his closest friends, so I was a little jealous when he was watching his videos in the lunchroom. What? There's dogs in this game? Now everyone is trying to be nice to Larry so he could tell them how he got the VPN. Larry also had another card up his sleeve. He froze the device on one side of the screen and opened the other with whatever website he didn't want the teacher to know about. Then he just unlocked his tablet and reopened the website, and the teacher had no idea that he's not doing a worksheet on compound sentences. Subordinating conjunctions, after, although, before, because. Everyone eventually found out about that glitch, and the teachers didn't even raise an eye. At track practice, Coach Underwood explained that we were going on a short trip to attend a track meet that would be happening after spring break. There would be a ton of schools from many different areas participating as a friendly invite. Hopefully when I get back from spring break, I won't be that rusty. I still don't know why they chose our school because it is over 100 miles away from their track event. Thursday. You would think the teacher would do something educational with our tablets, but they're really clueless about these devices. Can someone tell me how to take a screenshot? Plus, everyone was basically goofing around with them and not paying attention to class. Vice Principal Roy tried to reinstate his position that people who hacked the tablet educational system would be suspended, but people like Larry never got caught. Benji, please exit from that game. Yes, ma'am. Zap. I realized that something else was pushing my school off the edge. A lot of doofuses realized that you didn't need to pay the damages the first time you break it. Now there's a huge line for students who need the tech department to repair their damages, which was something the school was not entirely pleased. Next. I haven't been cooking as much recently, so we've been surviving off of takeout food. This morning, Dad put $5 in my backpack for lunch money. I was surprised that Dad trusted me with the money after I was grounded, but I think he's already gotten over that. I wasn't actually going to buy the lunch meal because they always serve something disgustingly healthy. I planned to buy something from the vending machines, but I couldn't find them anywhere. I just went into the lunch line hoping that they had a good menu. I asked the lunch lady how much the meal cost, and she told me it was $6. That was absolutely absurd. Last year, Raleigh got his meal for $3. The lady didn't give me a $1 pass, and Raleigh wasn't being generous today. I'm still waiting for you to pay me back the $10 loan. Greedy. The chips were $2.50, the soda was $3, and milk was $1.50. Reduced fat salsa chips. I hope this isn't the revenge that the school was plotting against us for trolling on the tablets. I bought 2 bags of chips because that was all I could afford. Plus, today they were serving mash, which was a mixture of leftover mashed potatoes, cheese, gravy, and mayonnaise. Which, I'm not risking chances on that stuff. Some other kids also passed the meal and ordered chips. I don't know what the school is doing, but they sure aren't doing it right. In the afternoon, our language arts teacher, Miss Argentine, assigned us a project. I don't know why all my teachers like projects near the end of the school, but it's probably so they don't need to do any teaching. Miss Argentine told us that we could pair up in groups of 3 or 4, so I looked at Raleigh again. Raleigh was reluctant to go with me again. We picked Larry as our last mate because he didn't want to be with people he needed to carry. I know Greg is a hard worker. We shot gold. We needed to make a movie with a climax, a resolution, and all that stuff. Larry was super experienced with technology, and he's also a god at movie editing. In fact, he posts videos to a public video website called ViFilms. He's got like 500,000 subscribers on his account. Larry Techman. We started brainstorming what type of movie we were going to film. We just agreed not to do any giant horror nightcrawler movies based on personal experience. Riley wanted to do an action film, and it seemed reasonable. Today in track practice, Mr. Mulaney wanted us to do some exercise in the fitness room. I was glad about that because sitting on fried pieces of potatoes did not exactly agree with my stomach. Yes, our school is a fitness room. It's on the 2nd floor, and somehow the school thought that making one was necessary for a bunch of middle school kids. None of the guys actually take exercising seriously. Coach and I would split the boys and girls, and we walked to the fitness room. Scrish scratch. Our fitness room is really nice. There are mirrors all around, bikes, treadmills, bench presses, and a bunch of other weird equipment. Half the guys hop on the bikes and just pedal really slow for the entire track practice. Others just flex in the mirrors, and the rest try to prove how strong they are by lifting these huge weights. A lot of guys overestimate their strength by grabbing the heaviest dumbbells, and if there's girls around, they try even harder. You see, these are just warm-up weights. But people have gotten injured from lifting weights that were too heavy. I usually just get on a bike because I don't have enough strength to do the other machines. The water fountains still haven't come back, so a bunch of guys brought their own drinks. I'm guessing the school was remodeling them. Friday. Today was the last day before spring break, and I'm glad this day had finally come. I noticed that a lot of projectors were removed, so either the school was trying to stop us from streaming cast stuff on the front of the class, or they were remodeling even more stuff. I was kind of disappointed because yesterday someone streamcasted a distorted picture of Vice Principal Roy, and it took the teacher 10 minutes to find out. In language arts class, Larry, Riley, and I started on coming up with the script. Larry wanted Riley to be the main character. I was confused, but Larry said that people recognized Riley from his fiasco with the geese. Then I knew what Larry was thinking. He was planning to put our movie on Vifilm so he could get a lot of views. We came up with a story about a guy who finds a secret diamond key and tries to discover what it's actually for. When the last bell rang, everybody left the building with joy because spring break finally left out. Ring! When I got home, I flipped on the TV to see what stuff they had. The Twister Wizard game finally launched this morning, but of course my pockets were empty. Grandpa sat down with me, and I told him that I wanted some money so I could buy a video game. Grandpa told me that the only way he could get money is by working to get it. Well, I do chores every week, but ever since Mom was taking night school classes, she hasn't been paying us anything. Grandpa told me that I had a favor he wanted me to do, so if I completed it, he would give me $5. Grandpa was planning on ordering some pizza, but he always has some trouble on the websites. Then he gave me a list of demands for our pizza. I get to buy the pizza, get paid, and not cook dinner. That was a win-win-win. I clicked on the Papa Tony's website, and their homepage was quite mouth-watering. Papa Tony's. Fresher ingredients, fresher pizza. $6 deal. Naked breadsticks. Soda, 2 liters. Create your... Dad came back and I told him that Grandpa ordered the pizza. We waited for the pizza using the pizza tracker on the website. We saw the delivery van was on the delivering phase. It seems like when you're waiting for something, it feels like a lot of time. I'm pretty sure Rogic wanted to let me know about his impatience. Where's Grandpa? We saw a van enter the delivered phase. I rushed to the door, but no one was there. Dad told me to wait for a bit because sometimes these trackers weren't the most accurate. After 20 minutes, the pizza still hasn't arrived. Rogic was scrolling through the social media feed and saw Grandpa's new posts. Gramps Heffley. The table had a box of pizza and a box of chicken. Grandpa took the pizza for himself, but he did pay for it, so that was understandable. I explained this to Dad, and he called Grandpa. Grandpa responded that the pizza was for his friends and not for us. If it was a misunderstanding, he promised to bring back some food. I looked in the fridge for anything that could be considered as a meal while we waited for Grandpa to return his pizza. We hadn't had done grocery shopping, so I don't think 2 bottles of frosting counts as nutritional meals. An hour after that, it was already 8 o'clock. Grandpa returned with 2 pieces of chicken wings. But by then, we just dished our pizza dinner and ate some cornflakes. Crunch. Dad didn't know if Grandpa or I was to blame, but this just shows what happens when Mom is gone. Our family is out of control. April. Saturday. Mom came back at 5 in the morning so we could start packing our stuff for Uncle Gary's trip. We had to leave at 9 or we would be late. Roger and I polished to the back and we headed off. You know, this feels like deja vu. I don't have a clue what you're talking about. For most of the ride, everything was normal. Grandpa was talking about his back in my day stories, and I had no leg room. Whoosh, blah blah. At one point, it started raining really hard. The cars in front of us looked really unstable, and it kept splashing dirty water onto the windshield. Frank! Sploosh. We left civilization and crossed through a ton of forests. We crossed over an arched bridge, and the sign points to our destination. Mr. Heffley's residence. Uncle Gary's cabin was quite an eye-looker. We met Uncle Joe, who helped us to get our suitcases in, while the thunder and lightning raged down. Rumble, crash. When we entered the mudroom, we were soaked. I saw all of my dad's relatives making themselves at home. Alright guys, we're going to stop here. I'll see you guys for Diary of a Wimpy Kid Empty Pockets Part 8.